to Vandergraaf for sponsoring this Road to Recovery video. Visit their website to learn how the Grizzly Drive drum motor increases the reliability and reduces the cost of ownership of conveyor systems.
Richard, let's talk about the Dodge Momentum Index and some of the momentum that your Momentum Index has gained of late. It's at a 3-year high, I believe.
Yeah.
And the index measures non-residential building projects in planning.
Right.
How did it get back to level where it was last at around 2017, 2018? I know that's really about commercial and institutional.
Yep.
Is one of those two areas really fueling that index upward?
Well, up until February, much of the recovery in the Dodge Momentum Index, again, which tracks these projects when they're in the earliest stages of planning, so almost at the conceptual stage, much of the recovery has been on the commercial side, but that's, again, it's really due to commercial warehouses, so these big projects by Amazon and whatnot. When we look back at 2020, over the course of the calendar year, nearly $40 billion worth of warehouse projects entered that earliest stages of planning in the Dodge network. That's just an amazing amount of money that has come into the market. Elsewhere in commercial remains weak. Retail and hotel, office remain weak. On the institutional side, again, that's education, that's healthcare, that's transportation buildings. Up until February, that has really been lackluster, again, mostly due to the pullback in state and local budgets, the growing budget gap there. We did see a pretty large kick up in planning in the February data. That was due to a handful of fairly large hospital and lab projects that entered the very earliest stages of planning. And not a big surprise that those types of projects are in demand given the COVID crisis.
Do you expect there to be more growth ahead for the Momentum Index? And are there potential headwinds to come? I know Dodge touched on materials prices are kind of going up.
Yeah.
Economic recovery is a factor, obviously. Is there more growth ahead?
I think we may not be able to reach the same kind of growth that we saw month over month in February on a consistent basis. I think there's still a lot of uncertainty in the market, particularly in the commercial sector outside of the warehouse sector, retail and then hotel particularly. I would think though that with the COVID bill passed and some monies being allocated there, it was around $350 billion in that bill to support state and local budgets, that we'll start to see some stability return to the institutional planning side of the market. And that should over time foster recovery, more consistent recovery in the DMI, which of course then leads into those projects going to start stage in 2022.
Richard, appreciate you joining us today, sharing your insights. It's good to see you as always.
It's my pleasure. Happy to do it. And I look forward to coming back again soon.
Thank you to Vandergraaf for sponsoring this Road to Recovery video. Visit their website to learn how the Grizzly Drive drum motor increases the reliability and reduces the cost of ownership of conveyor systems.